in this episode of Anna Gare's Cab Fare. It's so great to have a lady driver.
Thank you.
I meet Hailey, a Melbourne driver all the way from Cambodia. I'll recreate Hailey's delicious roast eggplant recipe and then make a perfectly balanced sweet and sour soup inspired from Hailey's childhood. Oh, that smells amazing. Later, I surprise Hailey and see if my cooking gets the thumbs up from the creator herself. Oh, yeah?
Very good.
I'm Anna Gare. As a cook, I spend a lot of time getting in and out of cabs. I love meeting cab drivers from all around the world, collecting their recipes and then cooking it up for the whole family to enjoy. I'd love you to try it. Join me for Anna Gare's Cab Fare. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, good, thank you. You're a saviour.
Yeah.
The weather's a bit shabby out there.
Very chilly today.
My name's Anna.
My name is Hailey.
It's so great to have a lady driver.
Thank you.
So where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Cambodia. Settled down in New Zealand for about 30 years before I came to Australia.
And so here in Australia for 7 years?
7 years, yes.
And have you always driven cabs?
No, I do so many things in my life. I used to own a Thai restaurant.
What I love about it, every time I jump into a cab, you know,
Yeah.
I usually get a recipe from a taxi driver. You were saying earlier you come from Cambodia. I'd
Yes.
love to get a beautiful Cambodian dish from you. So Cambodian food, it's got quite a bit of Thai influence. It's bordered on Vietnam and a bit of Laos. So you get all
Yes.
those influences there as well, don't
Yeah,
you?
it's more like multicultural. Like every country who live, example, like in my home country, we know how to cook all different.
Do you have a specialty that you cook yourself? I know you said you
Yes.
cooked in Thailand and...
While I'm driving cab, I don't have much time. That's only one thing is eggplant is easy for me, and
I
then
love eggplant.
I can roast the eggplant.
Well, hang on a sec. Let me get out my little pad. I'm going to write this down. So, what's the name of this dish?
We call like roast eggplant,
Okay, roasted eggplant.
and 1 tablespoon of soybean pickle, and
Soybean pickle.
How
Oh,
does it stop?
to give
Yeah.
it that little...
yeah, little taste, yes.
I'm feeling really enthusiastic about cooking up some Cambodian recipes since I spoke to Hailey, all those beautiful flavours, and I just have to start with her eggplant pork dish. So it starts with 2 eggplants. Simply just pierce them with a fork or a cake tester. So this will allow all the steam to escape. I was never that kid that popped party balloons. Okay, now these just go into a hot oven for about half an hour or until all the skin kind of wrinkles up and it makes them really easy to peel. So now to prepare the pork, you know the thing I love about Hailey is she loves to cook with butter. Into the pan goes butter. A little bit of oil, good trick there. If you put a bit of oil in there, the butter doesn't actually burn. So we're just going to swirl that around. And then in goes the pork mince. And I just kind of break that up a little bit. And then I'm going to crush 2 cloves of garlic. Garlic goes into the little crusher. Squeeze it out. Good old garlic crusher. Now we're just going to stir fry that together. And now for a brand new ingredient for me, fermented salted soybeans. And Hailey likes to add these pretty much straight away. So I'm putting in 2 tablespoonfuls. It'll add lots of flavour. If you can't find them, you could finely chop up some tempeh or add a little bit of fish sauce. You just want to give it a bit of kapow. Now we're going to add some oyster sauce, which is a wonderful flavour enhancer, nice and salty. It's also a little bit sweet and caramelly. So that's going in. A little bit of sugar. So this is nicely cooked. Now we add the spring onion for a little bit of colour and crunch. Give it a little toss. And then we just set that aside until our eggplant's ready. Look at these darling eggplants. Been cooked for 45 minutes, and this makes it really easy to peel them. So we just peel off the skin. And I think this is one of my favourite jobs. Oh, look at that. Look at all that caramelisation there. Now, you can actually leave the top on if you like, but I've decided I'm going to remove it. Just like so. OK, now we're going to platter up, folks. I lay the eggplant on the platter, topsy-turvy. And then I just cut them halfway through and flatten them out like so. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful working with this soft flesh. And then you just simply sprinkle the pork all over it. It's that simple, and it's so delicious. And then finish with my favourite friend, coriander. And why did you leave Cambodia?
Because of the country got war, and after the war and the killing and all sort of thing, that's why cannot stay there anymore.
So this was back in 75 till 79?
Yeah, 79. And then I'm here by 1980.
Yeah.
And have a very better life here.
And did you come out here with family or?
Yes, all my sister, only 2 people, my sister and my brother was living in New Zealand. So we all here now, nothing in Cambodia anymore.
And so when you moved to New Zealand?
First time I came to New Zealand, I cannot speak any English. So I've been in the language school in Polytechnic in Wellington.
So you've been a cab driver for a very long time?
Yeah, start from 1986.
Oh, wow. And in between all that time, did you have kids?
No, I don't have kids. I'm married one time, but I broke up.
So you're married to your job?
Yeah, married to my job, to my business. Busy.
So what other dishes would you know, if you're having a dinner party and you served up this beautiful pork eggplant dish, what other dishes would you serve with it?
If we got a party,
yeah.
Normally we do like beef on skewer. Also sweet and sour soup is very, very good as well. You have a chicken frame to make the stocking. And this food also good with Chardonnay.
Oh, Chardonnay.
Chardonnay, a glass Chardonnay.
I can't believe I'm writing down Chardonnay.
Yes, yes.
I love Chardonnay.
Yes.
This is a Cambodian sweet and sour fish soup, and I know Helene loves this dish, so I'm going to make it for her. First thing you have to do is fry off some garlic till it's lovely and crispy, so I'm going to do that straight in the pot. Okay, so first we start with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then in goes the garlic. And we just gently stir that around in the olive oil. So this is going to take about 1 to 2 minutes until it's lovely and golden, starting to turn right now. And those few little residual garlic bits in there will really add flavour to the stock. So now for the basic stock for the soup, I'm adding 4 cups of chicken stock into that lovely garlicky pot. 4 cups of water. And then I'm also adding a stock cube, and the reason why I'm doing that is because Haile uses a tamarind powder in this soup, which is really quite pungent and sharp, and I thought I could achieve that with just a nice little Massel stock cube which doesn't have any nasties in it, no MSG or anything, and it's actually going to give it a really authentic flavour. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to add all the aromatics to this stock, and that's going to give it heaps more flavour. So I like to start with my lemongrass. Slice straight down the middle. I halve it And then I get my pestle. Okay, now they're a little bit more pliable, so I tie it into a knot. And that way it fits in the pot and it doesn't escape. So in she goes. Now I'm using some galangal and I'm also using ginger. So ginger and galangal are actually related. They're both rhizomes and they do have a similar flavour. The ginger is kind of spicy and pungent and the galangal is also spicy, but it has a kind of earthy, piney flavour to it. Now I've got kaffir lime leaves. I always give them a bit of a squish, chuck them in. Some chilli. I've just got one red chilli. And they're not very heavy on chilli in Cambodia, but I love a bit of spice. So this goes back onto the stove and I'm going to simmer it for about 20 minutes for all of those flavours to infuse. Now it's time to prepare the fish. Now I'm using ling today. Sometimes I use barramundi, whiting, red snapper, Anna Gare. Ling is a fantastic fish to use in curries and soups because it holds its shape. So I'm just going to cut each fillet into 3. Flip the board and we're going to prepare our Asian greens. So I've got some snow peas here and they'll give this soup wonderful crunch. I'm just going to cut them on the diagonal, like so. I wonder how Haley does it. Now, I've got some beautiful choy sum here, and there's a few reasons why I love choy sum. It's good for you, it's healthy, it's green, it's crunchy, but I love the little flowers, and I like to actually pick them off and use them as a garnish at the end. Now we're going to add some spring onions. Slice them like so, and that's all our prep done. Oh, that smells amazing. The broth is ready for me to add my sweet, sour and salty flavours. So I have 2 teaspoons of sugar, that's the sweet, 2 tablespoons of sour, and I'm using tamarind paste, and 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, and believe me, it needs it. And then also, for just a little bit more salt, a pinch of salt. Funny that. Now what I like to do here is give it a little bit of a stir. Now, this is the kind of soup I would love, if I had a cold or I was feeling a bit under the weather. So this has been simmering for 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add my tomatoes, pineapple and celery. And this gives the soup so much more texture and colour and flavour. And the pineapple also doubles up as the sweet and sour thing. So now all my prep's done. I just need to poach the fish in the fabulous stock. And in goes the ling, and we're going to simmer that for about 5 minutes. We don't want it fully cooked, just about 3/4 through. Smelling good. In the last 2 minutes of cooking time, I like to put my greens in so they still remain vibrant. I've got my snow peas, tuck them in, and some spring onions. And it's ready. Time to serve. Oh, look at that. It smells amazing. So citrusy and beautiful. Make sure that every ingredient is starring in the bowl. And fresh herbs take everything to the next level. A little bit of basil, a little bit of mint. And then for the really pretty bit, my little choy sunflowers, and I do love to make food look pretty. And then this is going to steal the show, you realise, the garlic, the crunchy garlic. And how beautiful and fresh is that? So what's it like being a woman driver? Like, do you feel safe?
First time, I not feel very safe, but by the time I try, I feel more confident. Yes.
And most of the people you pick up really nice?
Yes, mostly, and 95 to 98% is good, very good customer.
98%, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the drunk people, some of them very nice too. And then when they're happy, they give you more tip.
Oh, that's great. Do you know the best tips that I get out from taxi drivers is recipes. The thing I love about Cambodian food is it's so colourful, fresh and abundant. So what I want to make for Hai Lei is a really nice sort of Cambodian-inspired salad using green mango and prawns. First thing I'm going to do is make my chilli lime dressing. Very simple. I've got one big whopping red chilli here. We're just going to slice that up. Let's give it a rough chop. And then that goes into my mortar. That's the chilli component. Now, of course, with Cambodian food, it's always sweet, sour, salty, and a little bit spicy. So I'm going to add some sugar in there. And I'm also adding some dried shrimps. So what I'm doing here is I'm crushing the chilli, the shrimp, and the sugar all together to form a paste. And this is looking fantastic. Now I'm going to add the sour component, some lime juice, and the salty component, some fish sauce. And then basically we just give that a little stir. And then I'm going to taste it. And what I'm looking for is a really nice balance of the sweet, sour, salty, bitter flavours. Oh, that is just perfect. It's even got that umami flavour, and I reckon the umami comes from the dried shrimp. That is gorgeous. Okay, on with the salad. Best thing about this salad is you can throw it together in 5 minutes. So I get a lovely big bowl and I pop in a whole lot of fresh herbs. So I'm just picking a little bit of Thai basil here. And now I've got some Vietnamese mint, and you can tell it's Vietnamese. It's got that little dark mark there. Just popping them into the salad without the stalks. And then to my favourite, coriander. I know you shouldn't really have a favourite herb. They're a bit like children, but I just can't use enough of it. And then some spring onions, finely chopped. You could use some Asian shallots if you like, but I had a few spring onions lurking around my fridge, so I thought I'd use them up. And then we've got the prawns. I've got 20 prawns here. I'm spoiling Hai Lei today. So they just go into the bowl. And I love to use fresh prawns, so I cook them from scratch. Really simple. Straight into boiling water, 3 to 5 minutes till they float to the top, and then they're ready and you know they're fresh. And these tigers are really juicy and meaty ones, so they'll be delicious in this salad. I've got a lovely little baby cucumber here. And in goes the cucumber, and that's going to give it a really lovely fresh touch. Kind of excited after the trip, all that food talk and everything. So what we do with the mango is we just simply peel it. So when you go to the shop, you're not buying just an ordinary green mango, you're buying an unripe green mango. Now, if you don't have one of these, you could always peel it and shred it with a knife, but this is a fantastic tool. It's my favourite tool in the kitchen. I bought it at a marketplace, because if you use a normal grater, it tends to kind of juice it and make it all mushy. Well worth the $5, I reckon. So that goes into the salad. So now all we need to do is dress her up. So a few generous spoons of this gorgeous dressing into the salad, and then we'll give it a little toss. And how gorgeous is that looking? I'm ready to plate up. And I've got a lovely banana leaf here to make it look all special for Hai Lei. And then I'm going to use my hands. They're the best tools I have. And we're just going to plonk that onto the platter like so. Oh, look at that. I want to make sure I've got lots of prawns on top because they're the stars. I'm going to zhuzh it up with just a little bit more of this amazing dressing. And that's it. It's my Cambodian-inspired green mango and prawn salad. The thing I really love about Cambodian food is that it's fresh, it's colourful, and it's wonderful. A bit like Hai Lei, really.
Coming. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Yum.
Your beautiful
Thank you for coming.
dish.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it was so much fun to cook, and I've added 2 other little dishes
Yes.
that I think will suit it beautifully. And look at your big kitchen. An amazing
Yes.
kitchen. I knew you'd have a big one. All good cooks do.
Thank you for coming anyway.
Oh, thank you. But in here, I have the dish you taught me, your beautiful roasted eggplant and pork. And I've made 2 other dishes to go with yours, and I hope you like them. Hai Lei.
Oh, that beautiful food today, delicious.
Well, it's totally inspired from my trip with you, and I just loved cooking this dish. It was so pleasurable peeling the eggplant and topping it with that gorgeous spicy
Good, very looking good.
beans. And then I made a sweet and sour soup because you talked about a sweet and sour soup, so I hope you really like that with lots of beautiful flavours and fish and stuff in it.
Yes.
And then a Cambodian-inspired prawn salad. Oh, yeah?
Very good.
Oh,
Very
cool.
good.
This is really lovely because it doesn't actually have chilli in it. I like the fact that you have this, that, you know, you have those beautiful soybeans. They've given it that really unique flavour. And you can
That one
taste.
also nice.
This one's chilli.
Very nice.
I love the photos of your family on the wall. This came in there with your two sisters, is it? And your brother. And this one up here is gorgeous, this really old-fashioned looking one.
That's one, 1970.
So that's all your brothers and sisters? How many of them?
At the moment, I can see 1, 2, 3, 8 in there, include me 9, another one in New Zealand 10, and then another one.
You're still counting your brothers and sisters. I love it. 10, you think?
Right, thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you so much. I learned so much from you. It was
All right,
so much fun. Cheers.
See you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi there.